Hi there, and welcome to a GamingStooges Talks.
Hello.
This time we are. Oh, hi. This time we're talking about anticipated games of the 2020,
Yeah.
which we are in now. So we are going to present a list of a random assortment of games for your eyeballs to look at and think about
Rather
while we
just
talk
listen
about
to.
them. Your eyeballs to think about. Anyway,
Sounds good to me.
we're gonna have it in, I don't know, this year we're gonna do it in kind of some weird chunks. The first couple are in a semi-release order because they actually have release dates as of the recording of this video. Cloud, go ahead and take it away.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm up first.
Don't.
So,
Yeah, you're up first.
first game on the list is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot because that game is actually going to be out pretty soon. Probably like, when is this going up? Friday.
Friday.
So yeah, no, it'll be like within a couple weeks by the time this video goes up. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is the newest Dragon Ball game that once again retells the story of the Dragon Ball Z series mostly, but surprisingly, it actually is going to tell, because a lot of the when we first found out about the game, we thought that it was going to mostly take over just Goku's part of the story, so it was probably going to taper off sometime during the Android Saga, but it is actually going to go all the way into the Buu Saga, and it is actually going to include more than just Goku. It's actually going to include quite a lot of characters. The exploration and the different things that you can do in the overworld look like it's going to be a lot more expansive than previous games. It feels like a very expanded redoing of like the Legacy of Goku series on the Game Boy Advance. It looks like it might be a little repetitive in points, like gameplay wise, but like other than that, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. The graphics look phenomenal. I don't know understand how they keep doing it, but like every single Dragon Ball game, they just seem to get closer and closer to just making it look like it's literally just the anime that you're playing. But it's great. Soundtrack sounds great. I like that they did a redoing of like the original opening as the in like one trailer that they showed off. I think it's like the opening for the game too, actually. So I'm pretty hyped for it. I don't know who else here among us is getting it. I think Landon's probably
Hell
gonna
yeah.
get it. Yeah.
I'm getting the $200 version, you bitches. Hey, I gotta have that Goku and Gohan on the Nimbus with the dinosaur statue. If I don't have that, then what
Then
am I? I'm a
what
faker.
is there even a reason to live at that point?
Exactly.
All right, that's basically all I wanted to say about it because we got so many games to go through. So let's just gun through them.
The next game on the list is Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore for the Nintendo Switch. Say that 8 times fast while underwater and weaving baskets. Anyway, this is actually a port, dirty words, of Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE for the Nintendo Wii U. Say that 10 times fast. It is, if you are unfamiliar with the game, a quote-unquote crossover of SMT and Fire Emblem. If you can find the crossoverness, please point it out to me. It is a RPG based around the music slash idol industry in Japan, and it kind of does a like a persona. It is a persona essentially. But what's cool about the Switch version is it's going to have new content that was not in the Wii U version,
New content.
which is why I'm going to plug another 100 hours into the game. Yay! I don't like I talked about this game the year it came out during our Game of the Year list, so I'm not going to go too in depth about it. It does come out the same day as Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, though, which is really cool for my wallet. All right, go ahead.
Next game on our list is One Punch Man: A Hero Nobody Knows. It's the One Punch Man game that's coming up that has a unique spin. It is a fighting game, but you actually play more as the characters who are not Saitama, because they actually decided to stay true to the lore, and you have to basically play as the other characters, hold off until Saitama can get to the scene, and then he actually does defeat everyone in one punch each. And I'm pretty excited for it because the style looks really nice. I am interested in seeing how the different heroes play, because I was pretty into One Punch Man when it first aired. I'm looking forward to playing as quite a bit of different characters. I'm probably not going to enjoy using Moomin Rider because he seems like, I don't know, not like he's bad, but I mean, he's probably going to be like mechanically bad because he's just so pathetic. But I like the One Punch Man universe, and just having the satisfaction of getting this overpowered character and just knocking the fuck out of enemies in the story is going to be fun. So it's going to be great. I can't remember when that game comes out. It's pretty soon. It's like February? March?
So, I thought you said it was your birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the game. I remember saying that. I say that sometimes when like something's out on my birthday and then I completely forget about it. Someone buy me this game for my birthday. Thanks. Just kidding. Don't do that. Maybe. I don't know.
You say that, but...
I say that.
Anyway, next up is Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is the sequel to, or the long-awaited sequel to, the 2015 Metroidvania game Ori and the Blind Forest. Highly acclaimed, very beautiful game. I never played it. Still needed to do that. The sequel looks good. It should be good. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But yeah, that's I don't have a ton to say about it. I never played the first one, so, but it looks good.
It looks really good.
It does look good. Anyway,
hopefully they bring it to the Nintendo Switch.
Hopefully they don't wait 4 years to do that like they did with the first one.
To be fair, they weren't buddy enough to bring over the first Ori game at first. But anyway, for next game on our list is the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which comes out in March. So this game looks phenomenal. I'm not sure exactly how much of the original Final Fantasy VII it's supposed to take up, because I know that the remake is actually supposed to be just in
it goes
parts.
through Midgard.
Just Midgard.
Yeah.
I know it expands. It's going to be expanding a lot on the universe, though. So like Midgard is going to be like fucking huge, I'm sure. I like that the characters don't feel like the bastardized versions that they did in like later iterations of the Final Fantasy VII universe. They do feel more true to the original Final Fantasy VII story, which is why I like the characters. Cloud doesn't seem like an emo bitch. He just seems like the snarky asshole that he was in the first game. Great. Tifa, same thing. Barrett, same thing. They all feel just like I imagined. The gameplay looks great. I was a little worried when they said it was going to be more action focused, but it works out. It basically looks like it's a Kingdom Hearts-ish kind of action RPG with the ability to kind of add more like turn-based combat into the mix. So looking forward to that.
For a long time I was really certain, because of how fucking long it was taking, like,
that it was never going to come out.
Not that it wasn't going to come out, that it was going to suck ass when it did come out. But it looks like they're actually trying really hard to make this a good game. So fingers crossed.
Square Enix has been doing a pretty good job as of late with their games. So yeah, no, I think they first announced a remake for Final Fantasy VII back during the PS3.
Probably. I want to say it was like 2015, but I don't remember.
They did a fucking tech demo just to show off like they could make an HD thing back in like the PS3 era. I think it was like 2009 or some shit. But like, yeah. Anyway, that's not either here nor there.
Next on our list is Animal Crossing New Horizons, which comes out March 20th. I know the date because I'm very excited for this. This is probably my single most anticipated game on the list.
Calling it now, Jack's Game of the Year 2020.
We'll see. Hopefully.
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it. I don't want it to suck.
It's actually going to be Race with Ryan 2.
Oh, no.
Anyway, we just got a trailer for this. I say just got a trailer for this. It was almost a year ago at this point. Well, half a year ago. Back at E3 in June, and it looks pretty interesting. It's, unlike all previous Animal Crossings where you're either a denizen of your new town or you're the mayor of your new town, you're dropped on an island and you get to build everything, which
You're the sole survivor of your town.
which could be good. Hopefully, I'm like cautiously optimistic about like the way the game will be played and like the crafting shit that they have going on. I mean, it looks like it'll be good. I'm sure they've taken fucking. I mean, they initially announced this for like November 2019, but then they delayed it because they wanted to make sure, like, they had it right, which I appreciate. But like, this one is 7 years in the making, so I hope it turns out good. That's
Didn't
all.
they just put up a trailer in Japan?
They did actually just the other day.
So
It was
you
like
weren't
30.
wrong
It
when
was
you
it
said
was
we
more
just
like a
got
commercial
trailer.
though. It was just like 30 seconds long.
That's a trailer.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right. So there's another game that's coming out on the same day.
Anyway, next up would be my specialty, Doom Eternal, which, it's kind of obvious I'm looking forward to this game because I played the shit out of the first one. Thought it was the greatest game of all time. They've shown quite a few trailers. A lot of them actually have gameplay, which is more than I can say for most companies. Beyond like what they've shown in the trailers and some of the new features that Eternal has over the original Doom, they're not too different, which some might not like because they think it might feel too samey, but I'm perfectly fine considering Doom 1 and 2 were basically exactly the same, just with different levels. The difference in gameplay is, enough to warrant a sequel, especially since I wanted some, campaign DLC that for some reason went into the multiplayer. But it even seems like the multiplayer, speaking of such, has gotten a facelift because it's not done by a different company, thank God. It's actually done by id, and it kind of plays more like if you were playing the single player but in multiplayer, except, now there's a little bit more focus on having two demons fight the Doomslayer instead of just like whatever this invasion mode is, which, by the way, they have not shown the invasion mode at all beyond the initial trailer that introduced it, so I have no idea what that's supposed to be or how it's going to work. I can't really say a whole lot because it's Doom, and Doom is very basic, so all I can say is I hope that delay that they had was for like quality testing and not something awful. Because with Bethesda's track record right now, I'm a little skeptical of what that could mean. So yeah.
I mean, thankfully, when it comes to Doom, Bethesda is really just a publisher and has nothing to do with the development process.
Yeah.
You say that, but Wolfenstein Youngblood happened.
Oh yeah, okay, this is a little off topic, but Youngblood, like the stupid different ammunition types with the weird like different pips of health was stupid as shit, especially since they looked identical and did not give you any kind of visual like difference, which is something that
I was more so referring to the microtransactions added in.
Well, I mean, I'm more talking about the gameplay because I couldn't give a fuck less about the microtransactions, but I'm not saying that the microtransactions aren't bad.
Doom Eternal confirmed for microtransactions.
Bad.
Let's hope
We'll
not.
find out.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on. Jack.
Up next is Persona 5 Royal. This is the upcoming expansion, like kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird to describe, but it's like the kind of just like an expanded bonus edition of Persona 5 in a similar vein to Persona 3 FES and Persona 4 Golden in previous games. So, I mean, if it's anything like those two, then it should be the definitive version of the game. I mean, we already have, like, from trailers, a new character, like a lot of new areas just from what we've seen so far. It looks like they've put a lot of they're trying to, like, squeeze a bunch more content into the game, which means, oh boy, I can't wait to sink another 100+ hours.
I was gonna say it was
into
already
a third playthrough of this game.
It was already 100 hours. How much more content can they shove in this game? I mean, they've had 3 years to do it, so I'm gonna be astounded at the amount that they could probably push. But goddamn.
I mean, I love Persona 5, so I'm absolutely
Persona 5 is fantastic.
I'm absolutely not going to hesitate to play this game a third time.
I will do it if I have the time to
sink
sink into it.
What was that, Landon?
I said, and a fourth to make sure you get the platinum.
Oh yeah, inevitably.
Yeah.
I mean, once you beat the game, you suffer from Persona withdrawal, because it's like, when you play a Persona game, it's the only thing you play for, like, months on end, or weeks on end, I guess. And when you're finished, you're just like, now what do I do?
And then you just play it again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you start scratching your neck.
Oh, itchy tasty.
Release the crackhead.
Speaking of itchy tasty.
Anyway.
Justin.
Oh,
It's your turn.
I didn't realize that was a segue. Hold up. Yes. Well, not really itchy tasty because that was one, but Resident Evil 3, which I kind of saw this coming because it's like they were dropping not very subtle hints with all the Resident Evil 1 screenshots and focusing very much on Jill. And the fact that I think I don't remember where it is, but somewhere in the STARS office there's like a hole in the wall, and that wasn't Mr. X because that was there before you got to the police station, so something else made that hole. And if people remember, Resident Evil 3 is a day before Resident Evil 2, so Jill was in the police station before Claire or Leon got into it. So it was pretty much a given that Capcom was preparing 3. I assume if 2 was successful, which I think it's their most successful Resident Evil game so far. So yeah, they're gonna capitalize on a third one. We don't really know too much about Resident Evil 3 beyond like a trailer they put out, and we only got like a very brief glimpse of Nemesis. But he's gotten a bit of a design change, which is weird because he's kind of kept the same design for years. But supposedly, this is me speculating, but he's going to be absolute bullshit because Mr. X was already kind of like a mini Nemesis because he could follow you through doors and he just kind of pounced around. You couldn't kill him. Nemesis is Mr. X times 100 because that fucker can run. He doesn't power walk, he runs after you, and he's got a rocket launcher. So it's like, I don't know how they're going to code him to work similar to Mr. X without being extremely bullshit, because I see Nemesis being a very annoying thing to deal with. But we'll just have to wait and see what Capcom puts out before I can really judge how much I'm going to hate Nemesis.
At this point, we're supposed to talk about the Keanu Reeves simulator coming out.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077, which comes out in April. What I mean, like, everybody's talking about this one, and it's like, it seems interesting. This has as much potential to be amazing as it does to be complete garbage. I mean, like, it could turn out to be something really good, but it could also turn out like Watch Dogs. And just
I don't care what happens with it.
Just end up disappointing everyone. If it ends up being good, I will play it, but if it doesn't, then oh well.
Well, I mean, what I understand, I forget how this even happened, but I think they're even kind of pressured by the Polish. Wait, are they Polish? I forget. What are they?
CD Projekt Red, yeah, I think they're Polish.
Yeah, I think the Polish government is even kind of like pressuring them to make this game good. So it's like, I don't know how the fuck that happened. I don't remember because I don't really follow what they do. But yeah, I think they're doing their best to make sure the game doesn't tank.
That's pretty
Neat.
much all we have to say.
Moving on.
Moving
The
on.
Last of Us Part 2 is coming out in May, not February. Yeah. I'm excited to play it 4 months after it comes out when it's $20, hopefully. Anyway, The Last of Us Part 2 looks solid. Why did Naughty Dog have to push it back? We'll find out. Because the gameplay they gave us at last year's E3, and by last year I mean 2018, because Sony wasn't at 2019's E3, was phenomenal. It looked like, Uncharted 4 on crack. So, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to play as Ellie and just beat the living snot out of human scum.
Scum and villainy.
Yeah. I don't really have anything specific to talk about because they've been kind of light on details on purpose, because, they want to keep the story a surprise for us. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. So the next section of games we have to talk about are games that don't have definitive release dates at the time of recording of this. The first of which is Axiom Verge 2, which just got announced at a Nintendo Indie Showcase. For fans of the first one, it is pretty sure from what I saw it was a different character, kind of using a lot of the same formula of the first one, but really trying to nail that Castlevania feel to it. It looks really cool. I'll have to play more of the first one and hopefully have it beat by the time number 2 comes out. Justin.
Ooh, what happened?
It's your turn. It's time for the next game.
Wait. Oh, I didn't. Okay, for some reason I was looking like too high up on the thing.
No, we're in the second set.
Okay. Do you guys like Pokemon? Well, guess
I like
what?
Pokemon.
Well, guess what? This is nothing like Pokemon. But yeah, Digimon Survive. I'm actually really interested in this game, mostly because of the fact that this is like a complete, this is nothing like they've done before. Like, it's not like the Digimon World games, and it's not like the proper World games, the raising simulators, not the Digimon story games.
It's Final Fantasy Tactics, but with Digimon.
Minus the fact that apparently there's more permanence than Tactics ever was, because of the fact that apparently a fuck up in the story can get your characters killed permanently, and that's like, oh no, now I feel the pressure. So this is like Digimon Iron Man mode. We literally
It's Digimon.
know
It's Digimon Emblem.
we literally know nothing about. Well, no, because apparently, just according to them, just story choices you make could get someone killed. So it might not even be something you can control beyond making a bad choice. But we literally don't know anything beyond a single trailer that showed off a bit of gameplay and an entire cutscene, and that's about it. Like, there's like almost nothing about Digimon Survive that's been released.
I don't even think that they have a box art yet. They just have the logo.
No, yeah, it's just the logo. We just have a single cutscene, which I assume is the opening cutscene, and a little piece of gameplay, and that's it. It looks interesting because I don't mind it. I mean, I'm playing a tactical RPG, strategy RPG myself right now, so I don't mind it. I don't mind playing another one. But I'm interested to see what this like. I'm mostly interested in the story more than anything because Digimon likes to go in different territory than Pokemon does, and a lot of it. Like, it's actually been a while since we've had something like dark to this level. This is like almost depressing shit from what it sounds like. So I'm eagerly awaiting any kind of trailer that comes out, because I think we've had like 2, and that's it. So, yeah.
Next on the list is Ghost of Tsushima. I'm going to make this one brief because I want to talk for like 200 hours about the next entry. Ghost of Tsushima is the new Sucker Punch game where you play as a samurai. It's one of 1,000 samurai games coming out, or what was announced that year, 2018. Because blah blah blah. Anyway, it looks solid. I'm excited. They pretty much took me from that first trailer or gameplay footage that they showed off at E3 from 2018. But once again, I will wait until it's $20 probably. Who knows? Moving on, because I'm done with that. The next game on our list is The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4, The End of Saga. Now, this game might not have official Western release for 2020, but considering NIS America is behind it, I wouldn't be surprised at a late 2020 or early 2021 release for this guy.
Yeah.
Just because
NIS America is just very good at getting translations of games out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And good ones,
So
at that.
For the most part, we won't talk about the initial translation work for Ys 8 because that was awful. But it got better. It got better.
Is the universe awful?
That one, I mean, wasn't by them, so. But it kinda, yes. Cold Steel 4, bringing it back to this, I'm still playing Cold Steel 3 because these games are 10 billion years long. But everything that's happening in Cold Steel 3 makes me want to finish Reen's major story arc because holy god hell. For those who don't know about the Trails games, they are an interconnected series of games that as of Cold Steel 4 being released is 9 games long. They recently announced a new game, which it will be number 10, but Cold Steel actually marks the 60% completion of the overarching story, which is insane. I'm super pumped. Also, you should also go out and buy Cold Steel 3 for the Switch when that comes out in March-ish time, please. Please support this series. Please. Please. Okay, you can move on.
That's it?
I mean, what do you want me to talk about? Gameplay?
I honestly just expected you to talk more about it because you were like, I'm going to talk about this for 5 billion years, but...
Yeah, but I'm trying to also be... I don't want this to be a 2-hour-long video.
Next game that we're going to...
I will have my day.
The next game that we're going to talk about real quick is No More Heroes 3. I am... I'm really, 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 really excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's probably going to be my favorite game of the year. Just throwing that out there. But when it comes to my actual level of hype, this is the game. For me.
Right here?
No More Heroes 3, we don't have a whole lot on it, unfortunately. We have a trailer from E3. But Travis is a lot older. He's even older than he was in Travis Strikes Again, which I did not get to play, unfortunately. So this takes place way after No More Heroes 2. It looks fantastic. It's fucking awesome that he gets, armor now. And it's being done by a lot of the same people as the older No More Heroes games, which is great because that means it's gonna be great. It's gonna be flashy, over the top, all that shit. Travis is still just as sassy and in your face as ever, and I want it. And just I need more gameplay though, because we don't have a whole lot. We just had him fucking up some shit briefly, and that was it.
I mean, can we talk about how weird the fucking trailer for this game was when they dropped it for the Game Awards? Did you watch that, Cloud? Oh my god.
You can talk about
Holy
it, though.
God,
I want to
hell.
hear about it. Please tell me.
I mean, I'm gonna let you watch it because that would make more sense, but they just kind of were doing this whole one thing, and they're like, all right, this is just No More Heroes. Psych. I seriously do not want to say much about it because it feels really spoilerly. Words. Spoilerly. I can't even words.
Spoilery.
Thank you. I want to go to bed. I had to work today. Thank you.
We all did.
Justin didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I did.
I also did.
Okay. Anyway, it would feel wrong for me to talk about the trailer in depth if you haven't watched it. So you go do that, Cloud.
I will.
And then we'll talk about it.
But yeah,
later.
Summarizing, No More Heroes 3 looks very hype. Excited for that. Of all the games that are not ports and are fresh new games, is probably the one I'm most excited for. So, moving on.
Next on our list is Psychonauts 2. Holy crap, we're getting a Psychonauts sequel. It's been 10 billion years. I love Psychonauts. It's I love 3D platformers and I love weird shit, and Psychonauts is a weird shit 3D platformer. Yeah. It's almost 15 years old at this point, which is fucking stupid. I'm very happy that we're finally getting a sequel. Please be good. Tim Schafer, please make it good.
Oh.
Yeah, this had a I lost my train of thought.
He's blanking.
Malfunctioning. Yeah, this had like not a fuck.
Jack is shut down. Please reboot Jack.
No, okay, Kickstarter. It wasn't a Kickstarter, but it was like a crowdfund, and it raised like a lot of money. So like, I'm hoping that. I mean, that means nothing considering
Mighty Number 9.
Games. Yeah, all the shitty games that come out of
Kickstarter.
But
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
That was good.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, that's the exception rather than the rule. But
I think it's about half and a half.
Yeah. Either way, I'm really excited for it. I hope it ends up being good, and that's pretty much all I got to say. Moving on from that,
Jack's real game of the year.
What's next? Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Oh my god, new Shantae game. Oh my god.
Quick.
This quick. It's been like over 3 years since I've seen a hero.
How long did it take between Risky's Revenge and Pirate Curse?
Like 4 years.
And how much time between the original and Risky's Revenge?
That was like 8 years.
Okay, so this quick.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of like. They haven't really had a trailer yet, have they?
It's actually part of this game is already out on mobile. On the Apple Store.
Mobile?
Yeah,
like Apple Arcade, I think.
Weird.
They're doing like a split. They're doing like a split for it for mobile. And you can actually play like, I guess it's like the first half of the game already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be great. They haven't made a bad game yet, but knock on wood. So
I've never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who had.
Okay.
It makes me wonder if I should.
Fucking goddamn it!
Shut up. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm excited.
All right, I'll move on then.
Thumbs up.
Streets of Rage 4 is the next game on our list.
Yay.
This is being worked on by the same people who did the blah 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 the Wonder Boy remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like Switch PS4. I was thinking, is it Monster in Wonder or is it Wonder Boy? It's Wonder Boy, the Wonder Boy one. It looks like graphically fucking fantastic. Holy god hell. These animations look smooth as hell. Even screenshots, I was like, give that to me. I mean, it's Streets of Rage, so, I mean, do I have to explain that? Please tell me you're not like some 6-year-old watching our video, first off, because we already swore like 3 times in this video. Second off, yeah, it's gonna be like a pretty standard co-op beat 'em up. It's got all of the like originals characters, and I think they're adding a new one. Movesets look really solid. I just want it. I just make it to where local and online co-op are options, and I'll play it. I'll play it twice. 3 times.
Do it.
4 times.
You won't.
Streets of Rage 4. 4 times. I probably won't. I'll play it once, and maybe twice with Jack.
Sure.
I'd play.
Yeah,
I played Streets of Rage with.
Okay. I'll play it with Jack, and I'll play it with Cloud, and I'll play it with Trader 3 times.
All right, next game.
Super Meat Boy Forever. Sequel to Super Meat Boy. A lot of these are sequels. It's been 10 years since Super Meat Boy, the first one, and yeah. We don't have a ton of info on this one, but it comes out pretty soon, I think. Isn't it like April or May? Hold on.
Oh. I thought it was in this list because it doesn't have
I was
a
gonna
release.
say-
Oh yeah, no,
it's-
it doesn't have a release date, right? That's right. That's
It's
right.
possible we could see it earlier, but we don't know what
Yeah.
they release. Is.
Probably not. And on top of that, we don't have a ton of like info or like footage or really much.
They're
on it yet,
gonna
but
sneak it in the middle of nowhere. It's just gonna be like May, and it just comes out, and there was no gameplay beforehand. We just get it.
It comes out tomorrow.
Now, right now.
Nintendo does that sometimes with their directs. They're like, and this game is out today. We're just like, what?
And I mean, yeah, I love the first game. Still haven't beat it. It's really hard. But I'm excited.
But tell us
That's,
about the game you're really hyped for.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Hey, have you ever played Xenoblade Chronicles and you thought, man, this game is great, but I wish it didn't have fucking shitty Wii graphics?
I think
Lucky
everyone's
yeah, that's why I
felt that
played
way.
it on the 3DS.
So you could play with shitty 3DS graphics.
Yeah, I had to pull out a magnifying glass to read any of the menus.
Did you actually play it on the 3DS?
I own it on the 3DS.
I also owned it on the 3DS. I never played it though. Yeah. Anyway, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is getting it's Xenoblade Chronicles, but it has good graphics now. I mean, not that stylistically Xenoblade Chronicles looked bad. It was just definitely limited by the fact that it was a Wii game.
It has better textures.
Yeah, better textures, better like animations and faces and shit. And really that's all I ask for. I really don't even need them to change anything else because the game is already perfect. So, yeah.
Spoiler.
Shush.
And then they come up with a bunch of extra content, and Jack's just like, this is the most greatest perfect game ever made.
Who knows? Maybe it will be. I really don't have much else to say aside from that. It's Xenoblade Chronicles is like one of my favorite games ever, and like the fact that it's getting like a graphical boost just means that I'm going to like it even more now. And that's pretty much that.
Alright. That's neat. Nice job.
Thank you.
Anyway, we're going to mention
Thank
a
you.
couple and beyond the game because
So yeah, these games are definitely likely not coming out this coming year. It's a long shot if it's so, but we know that they exist. We know they'll be out. So we're going to talk about them because we are interested.
well, one of these games is going to be out in 2020 in Japan. So it'll be like 2025 by the time I get it in America. Legend of Heroes, I'm not even going to say that. I'm
Hajimari
gonna
no
go
Kiseki.
Yeah, that.
Fucking weeb.
I would butcher that because I'm tired. It is the game that comes out after Cold Steel 4, so it is the 10th game in the
Really a
Legend of
trilogy.
Heroes Trails series. Huh?
I thought this was supposed to be a trilogy.
No. So the Legend of Heroes games, we're gonna have this conversation.
Oh no.
Started the Trails series started with Trails in the Sky, which itself was a trilogy. Then there was 2 more games set in Crossbell. Then there was 4 games set in Erebonia. Now, all of that story that happened between those 9 games are coming to are funneling in, and that's what this game is.
So this game is like the Legend of Heroes game that puts it all together.
Yes, although Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4 kind of start doing that first because you get a lot of characters from the earlier games showing up, and the story themes kind of start weaving together. But this is literally it's going to be divided into 3 parts where you're switching between the major characters of the Trails in the Sky, then the Crossbell games, and then the Cold Steel games.
So is this literally the Star Wars of video games?
Yes. I am so excited to see where the story goes. Obviously, I need Cold Steel 4 first. Also, if you're listening, Falcom, since you're doing the Crossbow games on PS4, can you get someone to fucking put those out in the West so we don't have to rely on fan translations for those 2 games? Please. Please, I beg you. I will buy them. I don't even care if they're PC games. I will buy them. I will try to play them. Please.
Oh.
Do you want me to go buy an Xbox for these games? Please. Just whatever.
Just put him on something in English for him.
You might get lucky, and there'll be an English Asian version
or even better, literally just put it on the Switch, because it'll come with an English translation, so he can just play it that way.
God, please.
Just because that's how Switch games are.
Wait, has it ever been on Switch? Because I've only ever seen it on PC.
Cold Steel 3 is going to be the first game on a Nintendo platform. NIS America is putting Cold Steel 3 out on the Switch, which is a brilliant game to put out on, a new platform, because you're missing
the other 2.
7 games.
Yeah.
At least 2. You should at least play the Cold Steel, the first 2 Cold Steels. But these games are kind of split up to where you can kind of start with Cold Steel 3 first, and then you can play the rest of the games later. Because Cold Steel, the 4 Cold Steel games are kind of split. Number 1, number 2 are paired, and then number 3, number 4 are paired. So you can kind of just play number 3. But there's going to be so many people that don't want to do that.
Anyway,
Please
so
buy these games.
Next game.
We had that conversation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you did end up getting to talk about the Legend of Heroes for 5 million years, just in a different spot than you were expecting. The next game we'll talk about, I'll mention this one since I actually am really excited for this one. We have a sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. No one saw this coming. Literally no one, but we were dropped with a little brief snippet of story cutscene at the end of, what was it, one of the directs or some shit, and
E3 direct.
It was the E3 direct, yeah. And I already want it. I know it's not going to be out for a long ass time, but I already want it. This one looks like it's going to be a little bit more story intensive than Breath of the Wild 1 was, because the original Breath of the Wild was mostly about this vast exploration, and you have, you're supposed to just really take in Hyrule, and there's, you have this good story. The story was great, but I feel like this one, especially with how they fucked up Hyrule in the trailer, I'm ooh, I need to see what happens here. I don't know if any of you wanted to add anything. I mean, I know that two of you are going to get it.
Since Breath of the Wild was already pretty difficult, this needs the Zelda 2 treatment and be even harder.
Oh, I am perfectly fine with stepping in and this game literally just fucking me in the ass. I'm okay.
There's a Lionel right at the beginning.
And he's not even into anal play, folks.
Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime
This
4.
one I heard.
Metroid Prime 4.
This one I actually heard.
Too bad they restarted development on this.
Well, I heard another.
We'd probably have it by now.
I heard another report that said this game might actually come out a little earlier than expected, but I wouldn't.
We still definitely cannot put this as a 2020 release just because of the fact that they had to restart development over. But that's a good sign that they are trying really hard. This is probably going to be a very big game.
Also, no, I was just gonna say. Also, in case anyone was complaining, the delay ended up getting them Retro Studios back on the game.
So yeah, there you go. I mean, if nothing else, the restarting development entirely shows that they really care about making a good game. I'm expecting this no sooner than 2021, if I'm being honest. Maybe we'll get a teaser at E3. Maybe, but like...
We'll get another picture.
Yeah, another JPEG. Maybe a JPEG with a vague release date this time.
No, last time was JPEG, now we get a GIF.
Yeah, it's literally all we know about the game is that it exists and they're working on it. I think I read recently that they're like outsourcing the environments to a different team, which is actually like, sounds concerning, but if I remember right, they outsourced some environments of Breath of the Wild to Monolith Soft. So
yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy. It's pretty
work on
easy
that.
for Switch games because of like their compatibility with different engines to just get some stuff outsourced and it's still coming out phenomenal. So I don't think we should worry about that.
I'm excited. I mean, of course I am. Anyway, Bravely Default 2 is a game that's coming
announced.
out. Huh?
This just got announced.
Yeah, just at the Game Awards.
No.
It was unfortunately the most exciting part of the Game Awards.
Are you saying that the Fast and Furious game, which was totally featured on this list earlier, is not the most exciting game to be announced?
No,
it's going to be the best PS3 game ever made.
It's not uncarded.
Oh.
I still haven't beat the first one, actually.
Well,
Also,
luckily, we don't have to place Bravely Second anymore.
Yeah, because I was kind of weird. I never played Bravely Second, but I thought it was kind of weird that they named it Bravely Default 2. It's like, wasn't there already a 2?
Is Bravely Second more of an expansion than a sequel?
I have no idea. I never played it.
Bravely Default is a little complicated because the original Bravely Default was actually different from the Bravely Defaults of Japan because they had I think they compiled a couple Bravely Defaults together. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I think Bravely Second follows some the main character of that one is not the same as the main character in Default, so it's kind of detached a little bit.
Huh.
I don't know.
Murgurger 2, Electric Boogaloo.
There we are. Before we end this video, does everyone want to say what they're most looking forward to, even though we pretty much already did that? Cloud.
As I said before, overall, my most anticipated game is obviously Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's a remake of my favorite game of all time. But if I had to say the game I am most hyped for, it would be No More Heroes 3, just because it is a new game in a series that has done no wrong to me yet, and is always fucking phenomenal, so yes.
Justin.
I'm obviously looking forward as a big Resident Evil fan. I'm obviously looking forward to Resident Evil 3, and for Digimon, I'm excited to see yet another different gameplay take on what could potentially be a good story. Because I thought Cyber Sleuth was really good for what it was, and I love the fact that they actually remembered that Digimon World existed. So they're 2 for 2. Let's hope they go for a third. But ultimately, the game I want the most is Doom Eternal because, a classic is a classic. You can't not like it.
Doom 2016 was your game of that year, if I recall.
Yeah, it's like playing an updated DOS game.
Mine is Animal Crossing.
Obviously.
Yeah. I don't have.
I
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got nothing else to say.
All right. I will probably have to just go with Cold Steel 4. Not that there's like a ton of games on this that I'm like, I want that. Like Shantae, and Persona 5 Royal, and The Last of Us, and Animal Crossing, and Dragon Ball. And yeah, that list goes on forever. But Cold Steel 4, just because of like the story that they're going with. Oh boy, I'm excited. I'm excited. But what are you excited about? Random person watching this video all the way to the 51-minute mark or whatever. Probably not that long because we had cut out some stuff and blah blah blah.
Comment
everything.
below.
Yeah, comment below. And maybe in the Discord. We have a Discord.
Come talk to us there.
Facebook.
Discord.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, those things. Discord.
Discord. Actually, we will talk to you if you want to talk to us. We have a Discord, and we have like 20 people in it, and like 4 people actually use it, aside from us.
Yeah, if you want to talk about stuff, we are more than willing to sit there and stare at Discord, even at work.
I mean, we
Discord.
sit there.
I
was gonna say we sit there and stare at Discord a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Discord. Yeah,
Discord.
so let us know. Do we have any quick announcements?
We
Not really.
besides the fact
Pokemon's already going, so
I was gonna say, just look forward to some upcoming specials because this is the first of a series of. We have quite a few things planned for January, pretty big things. Obviously, we have our annual top games list that we always do, and I did mention to one of the people in our Discord chat because it was going to be a surprise, but we are doing a top games of the decade list. We will be doing that afterwards. So we have big things planned coming ahead. Please tune into those. They are some of our most important videos of every year. We do a lot of work on them, and we want to share our thoughts. We want you to share yours as well.
Yeah. We might have some reviews coming up. Who knows? We'll try and work on that. Probably more in the February timeline because we have
do have
stuff going on.
Yeah, we do have Fire Emblem 3 Houses planned on the back burner somewhere.
Yeah, that'll go up at some point when we have a little bit more freedom. Maybe some Mario Maker stuff coming up because they added you can play with friends.
yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That should just about cover it, I think.
Yeah, Discord.
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 Yeah.
Like, comment,
Discord.
subscribe, share with friends, all
And
that
Discord.
other stuff, and Discord.
Like, comment, subscribe, Discord.
We will see you in our next video.
Okay, bye.